Hey, what's up, YouTube shooting people? This is my 650 setup for reloading. Right now, I'm set up to reload 38 special rounds. Let's just go through here, and I want to talk about one thing: the powder safe die. The Dillon powder safe die is a little bit different. This actually happens to be an RCBS lockout die, which I actually prefer. The reason being, let me just go get one and I'll show you what I mean. So this is a tool head with a Dillon powder safe setup, or a powder warning device, I should say, and it's basically audible. So when this thing senses how much powder's in your cartridge, it pulls up. If there's not enough in there, it will set an audible alarm. Okay. The problem, and if there's a right amount in there, of course, it won't set the audible alarm. It all depends on that piece mating up with that slot. We'll go through that later, much more detail. But it doesn't lock the press. It doesn't do anything. It just gives you an audible alarm. So now it's not bad. Put it back. It's not bad, but the problem is for audible alarms, you can tend to sort of block them out, so you don't hear them anymore. You know, and once in a while you do get an audible alarm because there's no case in the position that powder sensor would be in there, So you wind up, at least I wind up ignoring the shit out of it sometimes. And I still have to be sort of much more attentive. And in a long reloading session, you're cranking out like 1,000 rounds. It can be a bit of a pain. So I switched to the RCBS system because it locks the press. So here's a case with the right amount of, it's an old case, we'll put some powder in it. So this is the right amount of powder. I'll show you how to set it up in a separate video. Here's the right amount of powder. We go into position here, and the press works just fine. It advances through, blah, 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 blah. Okay, everything's beautiful. If we go through and we don't have any powder in there, you actually wind up locking the press. Okay, the press won't go any further. You can't you can't reload a shell. All right. So that's with no powder in it. Let's go ahead and double charge one, because this is what we fear squibs and we fear double charges. Double charges can blow up your gun. So there's a double charge. Let's see if it'll do its business. Locks up the press. Okay, so it's nice. There's no audible alarm. It's actually a physical lockup of the press. I think that's a huge advantage. Let's see how sensitive it is. We'll put one in there. We'll put some powder in it. So there's the right amount of powder. Let's go ahead and drop, I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing, but I'm dumping out, I don't know, a third of the powder. And I don't know, let's see how sensitive it is. Okay, so it's pretty sensitive. About a third of the powder dropped out, and it locked the die. And there's plenty of powder in here. I'll prove that to you. I'll just dump it in here, and you can see that there was powder in there. So it'll sense a light charge, no problem. Maybe I dumped out more than a third, so let's do it again. I don't think really you shouldn't be really having super light. So that's just a little bit out. Alright, so if you're a little bit out, it'll still work, but I don't think that's really the issue. I think the issue tends to be if you're going to have a squib, so there's no powder, it's just a primer, or if you have a double charge. So these will definitely work for that. I don't know what the total sensitivity is for grains. I would imagine it depends on the type of powder, the shape of the powder that you're using, etc. So this RCBS product, I think it's like You know, you can buy them on Amazon. If you're an Amazon Prime member, I think they're like 47 bucks or something like that. Brand new. Really nice. A buddy of mine told me about these, and from now on I'll just outfit all my presses with them and keep the other the powder low powder warning or the powder warning system from Dillon, you know, on the one press, so replace it. So that's about it. I highly recommend it. It's very, very, very nicely done. Talk to you later.